Thank you for joining this channel, End Capitalism Today. I encourage you to visit the website dismantlecapitalismglobally.com. That is dismantlecapitalismglobally.com. I created this coalition like 2 months ago because I believe that in this era, this 21st century world, there is opportunity to change the forecast, to change the future, to make it better so that this present generation, in addition to future generations, will have something better. Not a life that is confined to work and a life that is confined to consumerism, but a life that is of harmony and equilibrium, balance. That's what I hope for in this world, because capitalism has a long history. It has affected people in every part of the world, and it continues to do so. Wherever you go in this world, you will be faced with currency, and you will be faced with the disparities of money and profits, and you will see firsthand how that impacts lives. So, I encourage you to always be in tune with the environment, with the world. What is the world doing? Not just what your world is doing. After all, you are here with over 6 billion people. So, you have to take it upon yourself to question the status quo, to question what is it that you are here to do, because you are not just here to work a 9 to 5 job and have a 5 to 9 job in addition to that 9 to 5. You are here for something greater than that. So I this is the moment to think of life more from the angle of peace, of love, of caring, specifically after the pandemic and everything that we went through as a global world. That should inspire you to think beyond yourself, to think beyond you and everything that you do, and learn to connect what you do to what others do, or what you experience to what others are experiencing. So keep that in mind. Be a humanitarian is what I'm saying. Be an activist is what I'm saying. Definitely, you have to tap into that mindset at some point in your life. So this coalition is all about capitalism. It's a system that's been around since the quote unquote fall of feudalism. So I wonder if that feudalism actually left, or that the new word became capitalism. Just as a lot of people will say that slavery never ended, the new word became capitalism. So all of that, capitalism is connected to those other systems. And in those systems, we saw deprivation, and we saw, we saw labor, and we saw how it impacts lives. We saw organizational charts in terms of labor, meaning the majority and the consumer at the bottom, the middle manager in the middle, and then of course the top is the CEO, the founder of a business idea that governs everything underneath. It's a hierarchy type of system, and it's one that feeds it. Is that the best idea we can come up with as a society? Is that the best that we can put together, knowing that the majority of people are at the bottom, scrambling to make a living, to keep a roof over their heads, to put food on the table, and they are at the mercy of the middle manager who reports to the top manager, and may subsequently ruin that life. So is that what we envision for ourselves, or is that what we just inherited and we've just been working alongside it because we haven't been able to really think of other ideas? I feel like this 21st century world is so important because we have so much information. We have so much history to fall back on, to reference. And that, of course, is the beauty of information. Is what is this information telling us, and how can we peruse this information to make better decisions? So we have a lot of information to go through in this era, but it can happen. It's possible. It happens all the time within educational institutions, within individual decision making, whereas you are constantly being hit with an abundance of messages and ideas, and you have to, scan through. You have to be like, which is the good information, which is the bad one, how can I proceed in the best way to benefit me or my family or my community, whichever journey you're on. So it's a nice era to be in, but it's also very fragile because we still have old systems, we still have old ideas which are still influencing our lives. Those old ideas being capitalism, racism, socialism, communism. Like, I'm just at the point where I'm like, I don't want anybody labeling me a capitalist, though I will say that I am an anti-capitalist because I truly am. Like, I could never worship a system that I have concluded is a system of waste and of greed. And it turns the most loving, humble human beings into the most devious and most conniving people. So for me, I cannot accept that. I cannot believe that this is the best that we can do as a group of people living in this world and passing through. Remember, we are passerbys in this world. We are not here to stay. That's more reason to really think of, what is your project here? What are you supposed to do here? Those are the questions that you have to ask yourself as an individual so that you can leave a legacy that is worthwhile, not a legacy where people have to question you even while you're gone, or they have to question your work, and they have to question what you did, all of that. You want to leave a legacy that is so clear and that is so great and humane that people will remember that. They will remember you in a more loving way versus remembering you as uh, some greedy venture capitalists who, ruin neighborhoods and, all the other things that venture capitalists do, of course. I mean, there's a lot that they do. The list of their crimes is very long, so I'll save that for another time. But anyway, I want to do this as an intro video because, like I said, this is the first one, and I have the website that I run, dismantlecapitalismglobally.com, dismantlecapitalismglobally.com. That is where I will post articles and any updates, and I encourage you to check that out. And, there's an email address on there. Contact me if you want to be a guest and you want to talk. You want to discuss things about capitalism. I know that it impacts so many of our lives in so many ways. So go ahead and check me out on the website, and I will touch base with the second video soon.